Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our First NBC Bank Weekend Review, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 35 locations throughout the greater New Orleans area and beyond. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. Junior Galette is no longer a New Orleans Saint, and we wrote about it. And, of course, it's one of those situations, Lenny, where I think the Saints reached the point of no return. They had buyer's remorse for a long time. They made a big mistake investing in him, and I think they had to make this move.
I agree. That simply, it needed to happen. The timing here on the eve of training camp, getting ready to start, the players reporting to West Virginia on Wednesday. And you have to say, well, why wasn't this done sooner? Well, I think there were a lot of reasons for that. And I think they'd probably made the decision to cut bait before now, but it was probably a situation where he was injured. They wanted him to pass a physical because they could waive him, because if he was still considered injured, that brought a whole new dynamic into the equation in trying to make a move. So he passed his physical, and now he is no longer a Saint. It's going to be very interesting to see. Look, the guy's a talented player. He can rush the passer, but what he brings from a maturity standpoint and from an off-the-field distraction standpoint, does that supersede in some club's mind what he brings to you on the field? Will somebody take a shot at him? Probably so, but it would have to be, I think, in my mind, the right spot for him to be able to stick.
I think the physical was one thing, and then, of course, the Saints were also waiting on the league to see if they would dole out discipline, because if they did, it would lessen their financial commitment to Galette, but that didn't happen in timely fashion. And, of course, Galette will get a job somewhere else because of his ability, but he's not helping himself by continuously tweeting out some very, very rancid stuff. I mean, when you talk about what he's doing right now, it just doesn't smack of being a mature guy. I know he's upset, and perhaps he has a reason to be, but there's a better way to handle this.
There is, and again, there were some things that went out there on Saturday under his girlfriend's account. Based on the knowledge of what was out there and what you read, it's almost certain.
There's no doubt.
There's no doubt where it came from. If not, it was him dictating the messages of what to type out there. Let's put it that way. So, but that account has apparently been deleted. Galette deleted his Twitter account. He had previously deleted his Instagram account after the video had surfaced.
A picture of him in the same clothing on it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, everything. It's clear when he makes a mistake, then he's going back on the back end and trying to fix it. The bottom line is just, try to avoid these mistakes in the first place that you're making, and you don't have to do this.
No question about it. Of course, the Saints reporting to training camp this week, and it's going to be interesting to see how they are, because they've made drastic changes. I suspect the response to this move will be positive among the team players, because one thing that was very, very noticeable was there were no players speaking up for Junior Galette via social media. Remember when Jimmy Graham left? A lot of guys spoke positively on his behalf. Same thing with other people that have left. We've seen nothing of that sort on Galette.
Crickets. You're exactly right. And but the nothing says everything. Mm-hmm. That's clearly the case here.
Speaks volumes. And, of course, where training camp is concerned, in West Virginia and White Sulphur Springs, of course, you're looking at a situation where there are a lot of question marks. Do the Saints have receivers to, so basically replace the ones that they've let go? Do they have a defensive line that's improved? Can they replace Galette's pass rush ability? Can Jairus Byrd return healthy? Can the draft picks make an impact? Can Ellery return to form? A lot of questions to be answered.
Too many to list here in a short video. That said, just stay with us here at SportsNOLA.com. We'll have analysis. We'll have coverage. We'll have, a complete take on what is going down in West Virginia.
All right, where the Zephyrs are concerned, they won their third straight game. They're back to 10 under 500 after their horrible stretch, so at least they finally got the ship righted.
Yeah, come back home on Tuesday, and home hasn't exactly been kind to them, but maybe they'll have a chance to get things righted. And quirky schedule that it is. They just played Colorado Springs at home a week ago, and here comes Colorado Springs back in on Tuesday for a 4-game series.
Sticking with the baseball theme, Aaron Nola gets his first major league win for the Phillies.
Good for him, and got some offensive support this time, unlike what happened in his first start where he got none. This time he got 11 runs. Actually, hate the cliche, but he helped his own cause with a base hit, drove in a run. But it's good for him. And I think, after just 2 major league starts, I think you can see this guy has got a future and a chance to be around for a very long time.
Kudos and best of luck to Danny Ream and his New Orleans Spice and their Travel League team in the World Series in Mississippi, having gotten into the winner's bracket by virtue of a couple of wins. And, of course, Jesuit-based Retief Oil will open play in a Mid-South Regional next week. Yeah,
it's a lot going on. You got AAA-BA national championship and the New Orleans Boosters coming up in a couple of weeks. A lot of teams playing for big prizes this time of year. We mentioned this on Friday. We've even got, for the first time, we've got a New Orleans-based Little League team winning a state championship with a chance that now one step away from the Little League World Series.
And we'd be remiss not to mention as we close a couple of great golfers in North Louisiana. Another terrific story over the weekend.
Yeah, congratulations to Philip Barbary, who will be a junior this year at Byrd for winning the U.S. Junior Amateur on Saturday. What an unbelievable comeback. He was 5 down with 8 to play. Dead to rights. And started putting some pressure on. His opponent started making some bad shots. He came back to even the match on the last hole, won it on the 37th hole, the first playoff hole, and they had a lot of rain there. He had to play 80-something holes in a 2-day span. It was crazy. But now, the way it works in junior golf is as soon as you go to college, you disappear from the junior rankings. But for now, Sam Burns, who's also from Shreveport, is the number 1 ranked junior in America. Barbary, I believe, is going to be number 3 when the new rankings come out on Monday. He's got a chance when it's all said and done here. Once Burns drops off the list, he could be the number 1 ranked junior in America. Shreveport is suddenly the hotbed of junior golf in America.
Anthony Davis, an opportunity to speak with the media via conference call on Monday. You can read Tony Forte Benson's story on what he had to say at SportsNOLA.com. And, of course, our prep football previews continue. The most recent one, the Crowley Gents. And, of course, coming up on Tuesday, you can read about North Shore High School as we continue with a new preview every day, leading you into the high school football season. It's getting closer every day.
Every day. Clock can't go backwards at this point. It's only going forwards, and it will be here before you know it. And guess what else we'll have before you know it? We'll have an announcement of our schedule, of which you'll see here at SportsNOLA.com, as well as on WHNO TV as part of the First NBC Bank Prep Showcase coming up very soon. A full schedule there of some of the best games in the New Orleans area.
Look forward to it. All right, Lenny, thanks very much as always, and have yourself a great week.
All right, see you later this week.
That's our First NBC Bank Weekend Review, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 35 locations throughout Southeast Louisiana and the Florida Panhandle. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. He's Lenny. I'm Kenny. Have a great week, and God bless you.